It's a little chilly here where we are. Tonight I'm going to be making a chicken yellow squash, mushroom, and spinach stir fry. I have my wok on the back burner heating up. I have the oil heating up. I put about a tablespoon of avocado oil in there because that takes a higher heat than olive oil does. Here's my mushrooms I sliced up. When you clean a mushroom, always use a cloth, or in this case I have a paper towel. Do not use water. It totally just makes the mushroom like mush. So I've got those sliced up. In here I've got my chicken thighs, which I put on about a teaspoon of salt, a half a teaspoon of pepper, a little bit of paprika, and some cumin, because I love cumin. And in this container I have 2 shallots, I have some fresh diced ginger, and I have some fresh garlic. And that's all set. I'm going to put that in. The oil's hot. I'm going to put that into the oil and let that start to sizzle up for us. I'm going to get my utensil that's good for the wok. I don't want to destroy the wok. And as you can see, we're going to work these vegetables around probably for about 2 minutes because you don't want the garlic to burn. So you want to keep keep it moving the whole time. So I'm going to keep this going, and we'll get to the point where we're going to add the next ingredient. Okay, as you can see, it's starting to get brown. The onion's starting to get translucent. I'm going to put the chicken in next because that's going to take the longest to cook. So we're going to let that cook for a couple of minutes, and then I'll add the rest of the vegetables in. Okay, as you can see, the meat's starting to get brown. So now I'm going to add my yellow squash, which I cut up, and my mushrooms. And we're going to stir that around. And I'm going to add a half a cup of chicken stock to it, just to give it a little more flavor. And we're going to let that cook until the chicken's cooked. The spinach is the last thing to go in because it only takes about a minute to cook. Okay, your chicken is cooked, your mushrooms are cooked, your squash is cooked. I added about a teaspoon more cumin. I'm going to add in the spinach, which has been washed. And you're just going to put it in there. It's only going to be like 30 seconds for this to cook. Just going to give it a stir around because we want to get all that broth from the bottom in here too. It's a really easy meal to make. You can use chicken breast if you don't want to use thighs. If you don't have a wok, you can use a regular saute pan. You can use whatever vegetables you want. I just put I saw some nice looking summer squash, organic summer squash, which really isn't in season this time of the year, but it looked really, really good. So I said, you know what, let's do something different tonight. All right, that's just about done. I'm going to add a little more pepper to your liking, and a little more salt, probably about a half a teaspoon of salt. And we're going to give that one more stir, and that's basically your meal in one pot, which is incredible. And all you see how your spinach just wilted down like that? So on the plate over here, I have jasmine rice, which is very nice with it because it gives it a nice flavor. So we're just going to put this over the top. There you go. And there's dinner. Easy peasy meal to make. Enjoy. And I'll see you next week.